Kim Kardashian has long been the undisputed queen of wardrobe wizardry, transforming everyday outfits into cultural touchstones with a flick of her wrist and a keen eye for archival treasures. Her latest sartorial sleight of hand unfolded on the streets of New York City, where she attended the premiere of her highly anticipated Hulu series, All's Fair. Slipping out of the opulent confines of the Whitby Hotel in Midtown, Kardashian commanded attention in an ensemble that blended audacious creativity with timeless elegance. A silk pencil skirt hugging her famous curves, topped not with a blouse, but a vintage fox fur stole from Saint Laurent reimagined as a daring bra-like top. The stole, sourced from the fall 2003 collection under then-designer Tom Ford's visionary helm, was never intended as standalone attire, originally conceived as an accessory to drape over shoulders or cinch at the waist. Yet in Kardashian's expert hands, it became the star. She twisted the silk sash at the front, creating a knotted focal point that evoked retro bra tops from the Mad Men era, while the lush fur panels provided unexpected coverage across her décolletage. At the back, she secured it with a clever tie at the base of her spine, ensuring both security and a subtle peek of skin. The overall effect was sensual without excess, a nod to fur's controversial allure tempered by the skirt's demure midi length and high slit that whispered movement with every step. Paired with barely there stilettos and her signature nude makeup, smoky eyes, glossy lips, she glided through the paparazzi frenzy like a modern-day Audrey Hepburn with an edge. All's Fair, Kardashian's foray into scripted television as both star and executive producer, promises to be a juggernaut. The dramedy, centered on a glamorous divorce attorney navigating love, power, and betrayal in LA's elite circles, boasts an ensemble cast that's pure prestige bait. Naomi Watts as the steely mentor figure, Sarah Paulson bringing her Emmy-winning intensity to a scheming rival, Glenn Close channeling icy sophistication, Teyana Taylor infusing street-smart energy, and Niecy Nash delivering heart and humor. Filming wrapped amid whispers of on-set chemistry and script tweaks that elevated the female-driven narrative. Premieres have already dazzled in Los Angeles with red carpet extravaganzas and Paris with couture confections, but New York's iteration felt intimately bold, fitting for a city that thrives on reinvention. Kardashian's choice of Saint Laurent wasn't arbitrary. The house has been a recurring motif in her style lexicon, from the tuxedo suits she's worn to power meetings to the leather leggings that defined her SKIMS empire's aesthetic. The 2003 stole hails from a season that redefined luxury as provocative poetry. Runway models strutted with the piece flung dramatically over one shoulder, the silk bow trailing like a lover's whisper. Print ads amplified its sensuality, with models lounging in languid poses that blurred the line between accessory and attire. Online auction house 1stDibs recently parted with a similar piece in a contrasting hue, complete with styling notes on twisting the fabric for that torso-hugging effect Kardashian mastered. Her version, in a rich caramel fox, evoked autumnal warmth against the crisp October air, a tactile contrast to the concrete jungle. This isn't Kardashian's first dip into fashion's hallowed halls. She's a curator of history, amassing pieces that whisper of provenance and power. Just the day prior, she channeled old-world romance in a Dominique Sirop haute couture corset from the designer's 1999 fall collection. A boned masterpiece of ivory silk and lace, its sweetheart neckline and hip-skimming length cinched like armor for a business brunch. A week earlier, celebrating her 45th birthday, she unearthed a Givenchy corset from spring 1997 haute couture, the very one Naomi Campbell immortalized on the runway with a fierce gaze and elongated stride. That night, amid a sea of balloons and billionaire guests, Kardashian wore it as a second skin, the garment's structured cups and laced back a metaphor for the discipline that built her billion-dollar brand. Kardashian's archive is no mere closet. It's a museum in the making, climate-controlled vaults in her Hidden Hills estate housing relics from John Galliano's Dior heyday to Bob Mackie's beaded gowns worn by Cher. Each acquisition tells a story of rebellion, like the Mugler motorcycle suit from her 2019 Met Gala triumph, or reverence, like the velvet gown echoing Marilyn Monroe's Happy Birthday serenade. Fashion insiders speculate on its scale. Racks upon racks, digitized catalogs, even loans to exhibitions like the Met's Camp Retrospective. For Kardashian, these aren't just clothes. They're talismans worn to channel energies from icons who've paved her path. The YSL stole, with its Ford-era audacity, fits seamlessly, a reminder that true style is alchemy, turning the forgotten into the unforgettable. The premiere itself buzzed with anticipation, guests spilling from the Whitby into velvet rope theaters where trailers teased All's Fair's sharp dialogue and sun-soaked visuals. Kardashian mingled with co-stars, her laughter cutting through the chatter as Paulson recounted a flubbed line that dissolved the set into hysterics. Watts, ever the Aussie wit, complimented the stole. Darling, you've made fur-ward thinking. Clothes, regal in a charcoal pantsuit, pulled her aside for notes on embodying the lead's unyielding poise, a role Kardashian infuses with autobiographical grit, drawing from her own divorce from Kanye West and the custody wars that followed. Taylor's athletic grace promised dance-infused scenes, while Nash's warmth grounded the ensemble's star power. As the night unfolded, Kardashian's look sparked a cascade of think pieces. Is this the death of fast fashion? A fur revival, ethical or not? PETA might protest, but Kardashian's pivot to vintage sidesteps new pelt production, aligning with her sustainability pledges via SKIMS recycled fabrics. Her children, North, St. Chicago, Psalm, waited backstage wide-eyed at Mom's metamorphosis, a lesson in legacy, clothes as heirlooms, style as storytelling. By film's end, applause thundered and Kardashian, stole still impeccably tied, raised a glass to the team, her eyes gleaming with the quiet thrill of creation. In a career defined by disruption, from sex tapes to shapewear empires, Kardashian's YSL moment reaffirms her as fashion's alchemist. The stole, once a runway whisper, now roars on Midtown sidewalks, proving that with vision, even accessories ascend thrones. As all's fair captivates screens, so does she, eternal, evolving, unapologetically archived.